Hey everyone, what's going on, and welcome back to another video. Today we have officially made our first sale on eBay, selling sports cards, and I'm going to take you with the whole journey here as for packaging and whatnot goes, and then bringing it to the post office. I still got to buy the stamps since this is our first sale, and then shipping it off. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, so first off, the card that we did sell is a Dalibor Dvorsky Young Guns rookie card. So these ones are pretty valuable overall. I'm not sure if you guys saw my last video. He's not in the top 5 in the most valued Young Guns, but I do think we did get quite a good deal here. I'll pop a photo of that card on the screen right now as well, just so you guys can see what that all looks like as well. Okay, so the next step of packaging up our card, I find, is of course putting it into a penny sleeve, which it was already, and then putting it into a top loader as well. This just secures the card kind of as almost as much as you can, and it's a very, very affordable option. So it is just good, and it provides safety of the card, so you don't get bad reviews, your customers aren't unhappy, stuff like that. So once I've done that, I choose to kind of wrap it up almost like this. I'll show you guys right here. Wrap it up almost like that, and then just fold it up in this sheet of paper just for a extra little bit of just a little bit more security, and just so then the card isn't moving around as well within the envelope as well. So I have used just kind of your regular size letter. I won't show the other side just because it does have the buyer's address and name and whatnot, which of course we're going to keep all confidential. But you just want to make sure if you are folding it up just like this, that it will fit inside of your envelope right here. Just if you do any weird folds, you don't want to have to do a whole bunch and then you end up just wasting paper. So unfortunately, it is currently almost 9 p.m. my time, and I did get this order right when I was in the middle of a class, and the post office closes at 6, and that class got out just before 6. So unfortunately, I didn't have time to do that today, but on eBay I do have a 2 business day rough kind of guarantee of when it will be shipped. It will be shipped within 2 business days of me receiving that order, just so it does give me a little bit of a buffer, but then your customers also aren't waiting very long either. So yeah, unfortunately, like I said, today I couldn't go just because I got the order so late in the day. So essentially just what I did, I just messaged the customer, just said, hey, thank you for the order, just so you know, I won't be able to ship this one out today, but I will get on it tomorrow morning. So, and that's where we're going to pick up this video again, is tomorrow morning. The plan is I got a class super early in the morning, so I'm going to get up for that, go to that, come back, and then I'm instantly going to completely seal up this letter here with the card inside. I'm also going to write "do not fold" on the back here. I just got to double check to make sure I actually can do that with Canada Post, but that is another thing you could do as well. Just put "do not fold," just once again to protect the safety of the card on the back of this. And then we're going to head out on the bus and go and drop this one off, and we'll see you in the morning. Hey everyone, what's going on? It is the next morning. As you can see, I've completely changed. I'm now wearing a jacket, and that is simply because it is now snowing and about -25 outside here. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm going to a Canada Post. I think I can buy all the stamps and stuff. I'm going to be completely honest. I haven't sent anything via Canada Post maybe ever, and especially not by myself. So there's a bus that leaves in about 12 minutes from the stop near my house here. So we are going to head out in about 6 minutes here. And we're just going to make a beeline straight for the bus stop, try and time it up perfectly so we're not waiting outside in the cold or anything like that. I'm thinking I'm probably going to take my backpack just because it is snowing and just for protection of the card, as well as the packaging that the card is in. Just plainly for protection reasons. I might be overreacting to this. It's not dumping snow or anything, but it's still snowing decently good, so I just want to be safe. So I think I should be good with this Canada Post, but I'm not 100% sure. If not, I have another one in mind. We're just gonna have a bit of a travel going on. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so quick update. It's pretty much stopped snowing. I mean, you can definitely see it. It's still here, but it was definitely snowing a lot harder when I walked home from class. So I definitely didn't need the backpack, but once again, just good for extra safety of the whole package included. So now walking to the bus. It's not a very far walk, it's just a couple minutes. I should get there about a minute before it gets here, hopefully, according to the app, but we will see. We'll see you there. Alright, we made it to the bus stop, and the app says the bus is going to be here in 2 minutes. There's absolutely no way it's made it here in 2 minutes, probably closer to 4 to 5 maybe. But the nice thing about living in a cold city is that we have bus heaters right there, or bus stop heaters. And I'm actually the only one in here, so it's pretty nice right now. But I will probably start doing some VO pretty quick once we get on the bus here, once it gets a little bit busier. Alrighty, we are off the bus now. I believe it's not a very far walk, it's probably about a minute. We're just going, I believe it's to Shoppers Drug Mart. So hopefully we will get there in just a minute here. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a ton of footage from the bus just because it was incredibly busy. But actually, I think I can see our Shoppers Drug Mart right now just across the street. So I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alrighty, so that was pretty quick and easy overall. The Canada Post staff were very helpful, and I was able to ship that one off nice and easy. So yeah, we are going to go back on for another bus, and we'll see you later. Okay, so we are now back home. So I'm now just going to lay out all of the costs for you guys here on my end, so then we can get a rough guess at my total profits. So I had sold the card at $5.99 and charged $2 for shipping. Charged $2 for shipping on all of my orders. So that gave me a revenue of $7.99. But now, don't worry, $7.99 is not the final number that we actually made in profits, because of course there's promotional fees, transactional fees, cost of the card, all that sort of stuff. So I didn't actually promote this one, just because I felt like it was a low enough cost, and I'm just still messing around with all the promotions and stuff to see if it's worth it. So $0 is what we spent on promotional fees. Transactional fees was actually $1.60 through eBay. And then I roughly put in the cost of the card itself. So I broke that down with the price that I paid. Since I did pull it out of the box, I broke it down with the price that I paid for the box, and then divided that by the number of cards in the box, which is kind of the best way you could really get the cost of the card. And that was about 85 cents in total. And then the shipping costs were $1.50 at Canada Post. That's where we just were earlier today. So my total profit was $4.04, which is pretty good, judging on the fact I technically bought the card for 85 cents. If you're counting that from the pack, that's kind of the best way I found to judge that one. So I'm very happy about that. This one did take 4 days to sell. It was my highest viewed product on my eBay store so far. So that could be one of the other reasons why it sold quicker. I was also pushing some promotions, messing around with the price a little bit as well, because I had initially listed it at, I think, $7.99, and then I dropped it down to $5.99 as well, just looking at kind of decent sales, or different sales and whatnot, and I will link down below the site that I use for that, just to calculate a rough average and then just go slightly below that. Yeah, so $4.04 is our total profit. And I kind of just made like a spreadsheet. The way that I did calculate this is just through a spreadsheet where I used to track all of my cards that I've listed and cards that I've sold as well. So I essentially lay that out with the card, and then the price that I sold the card at, and the shipping that the buyer is paying, and then the revenue, and then use that revenue minus the promotional fees, transactional fees, the cost of the card itself, just because I am including that as well, even though I technically didn't buy the card by itself, it came from a pack. I'm still including that though, and then of course the shipping costs. So minus all those off the revenue and you will get your profit, and that's kind of the best way I've found to be able to track that. So yeah, I mean, of course, if you're interested in learning more about eBay shipping, whether that's just selling, listing, kind of advice for listing, your products or cards, whatever, just drop a comment down below and I will either respond, or if enough people want it, I'll even make a video on it and just do like a whole kind of introduction, almost course type thing, if you guys are looking for it. So that's kind of all that I have for today. So thank you for everyone who's kind of tuned in throughout this whole journey. It was a bit of an interesting one, of course, being my first sale where I actually had to ship a product. That is definitely a learning curve, but it's made me a lot more confident now. Shipping through eBay, I'm yet to sell anything on Whatnot just yet, so that will kind of be the next step, is hopefully getting a sale through there. And yeah, essentially, so that's all I have. And essentially what I'm going to do with this $4.04 is I'm most likely going to bring it to a card shop and then kind of just reinvest it into more cards. They'll be easier to flip as well. The more you go to card shops, the easier you can find dollar boxes with Young Guns, other kind of valuable cards as well, for super good value that are good to flip, rather than just, you know, buying a 24 card pack and banking on that you actually pull a decent card. I did get a little bit lucky here with the Dvorsky card. It is one of the higher-ish end Young Guns you could pull, but I mean, it's definitely not in the top 5, so go check out my video on that came out last week. And yeah, so yeah, once again, drop a comment down below if you have any questions, or if you are trying to get into eBay, that kind of stuff, or just let me know like what your guys' card collections are like, what most valuable card, your favorite cards, that stuff. I love chatting to you guys. So of course, just drop a comment down below. Of course, make sure to like and subscribe. It does really help the channel, and I really do appreciate it. It also will hopefully in the future help fund some of these videos too, so I really do appreciate it. All right, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you later. Peace.